Hi there, this is Baugh, Jacob's Ladder with Team Cardhoarder. We're back for the wrap up with our Paradoxical Flux list in Legacy. I definitely liked some of the aspects of this deck, but I wasn't too impressed with it overall. This card was very clunky for me. It just cost too much to matter unless I had Helm. And Helm definitely bit me a few times. Just being able to play it into my opponent and having them be able to play their spells for cheaper did not seem to be what I wanted to do a lot of the time. Sculptor worked out when my opponent didn't have removal, but that doesn't happen very often in a format like this. So I'm not sure about that guy either. I basically just played him because he was a blue card to pitch to force, which made him have a lot more appeal. I thought about playing maybe Cloud of Fairies or something like that in the slot instead. Cloud of Fairies isn't that great unless you have a City of Traders or a Helm in play, because it doesn't actually net you mana. But it does have the added bonus of being able to cycle if you need to find a particular card, where this card can be dead against an opponent with like a Grim Lavamancer per se in play, where Cloud of Fairies it wouldn't be. I liked the whole the Sensei's Divining top engine with Flux. It's possible that you can play the style of deck without the outcome and just go more all-in-y like my opponent's deck in the last round. I don't know if I want to play Paradoxical outcome like he did, but maybe go into an all artifact-based strategy with Reservoir and just like playing Chalice's main and Lodestorm's main and just having that as your win condition. And having Transmute and playing blue for Transmute only. Because Transmute was amazing. It's a card that now has a lot more stock. Now that you can have an artifact that just like kills your opponent if you just like play Magic. Like when you just have a Helm in this kind of effect in play, and tops. But you definitely need this to go off a lot of the time. So maybe that's just not something you can do. But you could just play a lot more cheap cantrips and not have to worry about the permanent count with Paradoxical outcome, and that could possibly be better. I'll probably experiment with that in the future. Maybe research this deck when Legacy is coming up again. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I never boarded on Lodestone Golem, but I like the idea of it. I think there definitely could be some sort of strategy that just like plays all of these hate cards main, and just like tries to screw your opponent over while you just like win with Reservoir, building up a giant hand with like thought casts and stuff like that. You could possibly be playing Staff of Domination as well as a way to win, and maybe Metal Worker or something like that to use all the mana and do stuff with that. But I am not sure what the best way to approach this deck is. I definitely think there is probably a correct configuration to make this deck push through into Legacy, but I am definitely not there yet, and I hope someone else can figure it out for me so I can play these cards again. But that's all pretty much I have to say. Chalice was great, and a combo deck that normally can't play Chalice, it seemed pretty great to be able to do that. But other than that, pretty much give this deck a C- for sure. Alright, see you next week.